What's up, everyone? Champ Bets back again for another UFC fight night. This time it's Robert Whittaker versus Ikram Aliskerov. So very excited for this fight and this card, especially Ikram filling in on short notice. Save the day from Hamza Chimaev having a bad sickness. Hope he gets better soon. But yeah, let's get into always as we always do. Last week's results. How did we do last week? Let me show you. We did quite well, actually, for Perez Tyra. So these were my bets last week. I bet on Tyra, Douglas Silva the Andrade, Brady Heaston, Carly Judice, and Josephine Knudsen. Knudsen being like the really big bet because I was very confident in her. She got it done. When watching it live, I was very worried. I watched it back. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was. But yeah, Knudsen looked really good in that fight, especially on the feet. And she was able to reverse at the end and really put a stamp on that fight, even though the judges scored Knudsen round 2, which, I mean, I think you can score it like that maybe, but yeah. Anyways. Yeah, I'll go over each of these fights, of course, when I pull up Topology. These are parlays I hit. I put a really stupid prop where I said like Knudsen inside the distance. Like I was thinking she would maybe finish round 3. The Knudsen point handicap didn't really hit either. I'm not super angry about that. Knudsen winning just all that mattered to me that night. And yeah, with her win, we profited for I think the 3rd week in a row. 4th week in a row. So yeah, going great right now with the bets. So yeah, we were up $43 because I'm doing $10 for 1 unit on here. So let's just go over the card last week real quick, just real quick, my picks and stuff. I said Knudsen round 3. I knew decision's very likely, but I thought like Palastri might be able to slow down. Knudsen might be able to slow down Palastri. Didn't happen. Palastri looked a lot better than I thought she would, especially in the grappling. On the feet, it was exactly how I thought it would. It's going to be a shutout. Knudsen looked incredible. She looked incredible on the feet. Her level on the feet is top 10, guaranteed, on the feet. I had to work on that takedown defense and grappling. I did like what I heard after the fight when she was talking to the post-fight press conference with the reporters. She said she was like, I want to be in that war, and like maybe it's something I think she's gonna have to learn. Like, okay, I'm gonna have to be better and like probably keep fights on the feet and not necessarily chase or try and wrestle with people. That's their main path to victory. So I like that from Knudsen. I think she's special. I really do. So yeah, going on, Mel Costa versus Shailene Mbeke. Costa that's actually like a pretty surprisingly good fight. I'll say this card wasn't as bad as people make it out to be. The worst fight night I've ever seen. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know if I agree with that. I've seen a lot. I've seen worse. There were some stinkers. I'll talk about some of the stinkers, but like this was not one of them. This is a good grappling match, and anyone who likes like wrestling and grappling would have definitely enjoyed it. Costa weathered the storm and was able to take out Shailene because Shailene, he did come in injured, which we found out afterwards, but Mel Costa was able to weather the storm, use his cardio, and be able to sub Shailene Mbeke. Look good. Austin Wilson, Jekka Serga. This is why I didn't bet this guy. I didn't bet this guy Jekka because I knew this was so possible. I wish I had the cojones to put Weston Wilson like down, but oh well, it is what it is. No one was picking Weston. That's not true. Some people were, but like not super confidently. He was always live for the sub. It was either going to be Jekka by finish on the feet or Weston by sub on the ground. Weston won by sub. I'm happy for the guy. Good for him. I didn't bet this guy for a reason. Jekka sucks. Gabriel Fernandez versus Carly Judice. This was a close fight. I did think Gabriel Fernandez won. Judice has crazy output. I wasn't able to put this down on Bet MMA Live Tips, so I'm not counting this on my record or anything. But I did put a lot of money on Carly Judice to have more significant strikes, and that ended up hitting. Carly Judice is a freaking machine out there with how much she throws, and she's like surprisingly pretty good. Gabriel Fernandez just hits like a truck, And her wrestling has definitely improved, as you can see in this fight. It's definitely not as bad as it was before, where she was like getting completely dominating that area. So yeah, great win for Gabriel Fernandez. Not too mad I put money on Carly Judy's. Namanes beats Jimmy Flick easily. I said round 3 TKO. He didn't really try to go for a KO. He kept it easy and beat Jimmy Flick by decision. Good win by Nate Maness. He kept it. I think he just kept it safe, and honestly, that's probably the smart way to do it. So props to Nate Maness. Josh Quinlan loses to Adam Fugit. I was saying Adam Fugit's not a bad underdog at all. He was a great underdog. I live bet him. I definitely live bet him. I was really like, what is this? What the hell is Josh Quinlan doing? Round 1 went to Quinlan. I thought round 2, round 3 went to Fugit. It's like this dude Josh Quinlan is just making noises and hitting not great shots on Fugit. Well, Fugit's like at least hitting like a little bit. This fight was a stinker. This fight was a stinker. I didn't think it was any sort of good. But yeah, Fugit. I thought Fugit for sure won. So yeah, Quinlan. I'm not high on him anywhere near as I was before. Is I thought like, man, he looked pretty good against Barlow. That must mean something. But nah, it didn't look good. Asu Amabai versus Josie Johnson. I thought Asu looked freaking good. He had a little bit of tough time early on. He got mounted a few times, but he was able to work out of it against someone so much taller and bigger than Asu. And Asu, he's next level. That dude's pretty good. Definitely like top 10 of flyweight material. So yeah, I can't wait to see what's next for Asu. Great win. Garrett Armfield versus Brady Heastan. I switched my pick on the spot to Brady Heastan. And man, that was a good decision. Man, Brady is so freaking tough, and that wrestling is pretty freaking good. I'm glad I was able to bet on him when he's a big dog like this. Yeah, like Garrett Armfield did show that he gassed a little bit, and I think that did play a big factor. Brady Easton, again, had that toughness. Got dropped 2 times and is able to weather the storm. Hey, Brady Easton, firefighter. Good win. Great win. Kuamba versus Timmy Lucas Almeida. Why didn't you shoot earlier? This was a really bad play by me. This was a really, really bad play. I mean, not play. I didn't even bet it. Bad pick by me. I was going to Lucas Almeida all week, and then it's like, Timmy Kuamba. It worked out for one of these fights at Brady Heistan, and worked out the opposite with this one. It is what it is. Yeah, I didn't bet it for obvious reasons. Timmy Kuamba is just not that great. He's young though. You can definitely learn and get better. I think if he wrestled more, he could have had more success. Lucas Almeida is a giant featherweight, so I think that definitely helped play a factor, and he hits hard. Need that win really badly. Good win for Lucas Almeida. Miles Jones versus Douglas Silva, the Andrade. Miles Jones won. It was close, but I thought this fight was kind of a stinker too. Miles Jones for sure won this fight. I don't know. Like, what do I need to say about this fight? Because when I think of it, I thought I was pretty bored throughout. I expected more from this fight. I thought Douglas Silva, the Andrade, could have got the decision. Probably Miles Jones did win though. Still, I might be just repeating myself. I don't even know what to say. Douglas Silva, the Andrade was not a good bet. That's what I'll definitely say. That was not a great bet on my part. I didn't bet too much on him, but yeah. Tatsuro Tai beats Alex Perez. Anticlimactic ending, but that fight was pretty good considering. Like, dang, this is a pretty good fight. Perez definitely won round 1, but Tyra towards the end of the round was starting to get his like rhythm on the feet, and man, his work on the feet is surprisingly like he's leveling up pretty fast on the feet. This guy's pretty good there. And round 2, we got to see that guy's grappling. And this guy's some of the best Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in the UFC. Easily. Tatsuro Taira is next level with it. And man, I mean, he did cause the finish, how it went, like hooking the leg and trying to lean back. Obviously it was not like necessarily intending to break the leg within that sequence, trying to get him down, but that's something that's a consequence. And really, yeah, Tatsuro Taira tried to get him to the ground, and that's always a possibility of happening. Man, great win by Taira. I'm super impressed by him. I'm glad I put a little bit on him. I didn't go crazy on him. But, yeah, that's a great win. Yeah, the Menace flick was the other stinker I was thinking of. Yeah. So yeah, those three were stinkers. So the rest of the card I thought was pretty good. So yeah, that was it. Great betting card for us. Now let's get into the next card we have up, which is going to be Whittaker versus Aliskerov. So let's make some picks. Let's talk some bets as well. Long Zhao versus Chang Ho Lee. I was shocked by this. Why is so many picking Lee? I like Long Zhao in this fight to win by first round submission. I don't even rate this guy that much, if I'm honest. I really don't. Chang Ho Lee. And like, I know he's like got a good wrestling base and people like wrestlers, of course. And he is 30 years of age. And I do like Long Zhao's youth advantage here in this spot. And I know the Christian Quinones fight, he didn't look good. I know that. But like everything I've seen from Chang Ho Lee, like he was losing the fight, and then going in, the guy just completely death gassed and he got a finish, which of course you're gonna like. But I feel like if you're able to stuff the takedowns and not gas out, I think you beat this guy. And now I think this guy's UFC level. I think Long Zhao we've seen him in competition at UFC level. He's not necessarily like the best to offer, but I think he's had more experience with those kinds of guys, and I like him to win this fight. I might even honestly put a bet on it because I did this research like not too long ago because I was not super interested in this fight. I wish I started researching a lot sooner rather than later. I like Long Zhao to win this fight. I didn't study this one either too much. I know Brenson Hibero. I know this guy from his Contender Series fight. Magomed Gaziasov, something like that. But Gaziasov should win. Well, round one, here you go. Don't bet this guy because Ribeiro is very live to win this fight. He's not bad. He just has a really sucky chin. And like I put a good amount of money on Minyang Zhang to beat him, and I literally just bet him because of the chin. And that was literally the whole fight. He took more shots from Ribeiro, and then Minyang Zhang just put him out because he can't take the shots. I think Magomed is just better. Like I think if it gets dicey on the feet, he can get a takedown and finish like that, where he starts to implement the wrestling. I think everyone has that same take this week. There's nothing special about it, but I think that's just the truth in this case. I don't hate anyone betting Brenson Hibero right now. Like, what is the price is he at? Plus 275. In like now, Magomed is minus 350. Maybe it's not worth betting. Like maybe like a parlay with Magomed, but I'm not sure if I'd even like that. Just stay away. I think just stay away unless you like the Hibero side. Next fight up the card, we have Gafarov versus Kyung Ho Kang. This is an interesting fight. I'm gonna go with Muin Gafarov to win by decision. Kyung Ho Kang is tough as hell. I gotta give respect to him. Also interesting fact, Fairfax, Virginia. I'm originally from that area. It's really not close. Not from Fairfax, but a county nearby there. We're in Virginia, so I respect. But anyways, talking about the fight. I like Gafarov's losses are not too bad. I rate Castaneda. I do rate Sexy Mexi. And Saeed Nurmagomedov, he put himself in that situation. I don't think Kyung Ho Kang's gonna do that as much to Muin Gafarov. I can't say his name. Gafarov. I know how to say this guy's name. I don't think he's gonna put him in those kinds of situations. He might hurt him like he did Quinones, maybe. Kang is not bad. If you like Kang in this fight, he's not a bad dog at all in my eyes. I think he is very live. This fight's probably gonna go to decision, probably even split decision, because Kyung Ho Kang is that good, but I do worry about Kyung Ho Kang's age. He's almost 37 years of age. Well, we have Gafarov. going to be coming more into his prime. Just turned 28. In Saudi Arabia, I'm assuming they're going to be rooting for Gafarov. And I think stylistically, he can really like implement his game on Kyung Ho King, and like that's the main reason why I really like Gafarov to win this fight. I think it's probably going to be close, but I don't even at the odds these were at when I bet them. Not too bad, not too bad. Although I might cash out. I don't know. I need to think about it. I'm not super duper confident in Gafarov. I have a little bit. I might cash it out because he became more of a favorite than when I bet it. But yeah, I like Gafarov to win. I do like Gafarov to win. I think he finally gets a win in the UFC against someone. It's just a step down in competition. It really is. So yeah. Next fight of the card, Renat Fakhreddinov versus Nicholas Dalby. I like Renat to win it, probably a decision. Dalby is very live. If you're gonna bet Dalby, live bet him. That's the way to do it. What are the odds in this fight on Bovada? Renat Fakhreddinov minus 325. It's not worth. I don't think it's worth betting. Like, that Dos Santos fight, his last fight where he got a Zaleski Dos Santos fight. It's in my head. That went so bad. That went so bad for Renat. He kind of got lucky. It was worse on rewatch. Like, man, Renat looked bad in that fight. Well, obviously in round 3, round 1 and 2, he looked fine. He looked pretty freaking good. He won those rounds. But like, we literally just saw in Dalby's last fight on that same exact card. Weather the storm, go in and finish you. I do think Renat's pretty tough. I think he won't get finished. I do think he ultimately wins, but he maybe gets 10-8. I don't know. It's possible. A draw is probably not the worst bet. I like Renat to win. To be able to do enough damage in at least rounds 1 and 2, and get the win. Do I bet Renat? I'm tempted. I don't know. It's probably better not to. I'm not gonna do it. So yeah, I like Renat to win. If I do, it's gonna be in like some parlay that's really small. Yeah, I like Renat to win this fight using wrestling and putting that work like that. Muhammad Naimov versus Felipe Lima. I like Felipe Lima to win this fight. I think I don't rate Naimov, if I'm honest. Jamie Malarkey, he subbed Jamie Malarkey. Welcome to the club. Nathaniel Wood cheated a bunch. He cheated a bunch in that fight. Yeah, he did like knock down Wood. That's good, but he cheated a bunch and maybe could have gotten finished round 3. Maybe a smart thing to do, to be fair. So I won't necessarily dig that part. And this guy just literally broke his leg like in like one of the first few minutes of that fight. I think even the first minute. So I don't rate those wins crazy amount. Nathaniel Wood's probably the best one out of these, and I think it's marred by cheating. This guy Felipe Lima is pretty freaking good. I'll tell you that. This guy's actually like really good. They sized up very well in weigh-ins or ceremonial weigh-ins, which I liked. That was the thing I was most worried about with Felipe Lima. I have a bet on him. I don't have too much on him, but I do have a bet on Felipe Lima to win. I think Felipe Lima's good, and I think he's the real deal. I've seen some of his fights in Octagon. I like what I see. I like not some of his fight. You know what I mean? So I watched some of his tape, and I like what I see. He's beaten guys who I think are pretty freaking good. Surprisingly, All-Star Trading Gym, training with Knutson, who gave us our money last week. That's not why, but I think Lima wins. So yeah. Next fight up the card, Nasrat Akbarov versus Jared Gordon. This is the biggest bet of the card. Nasrat to win by decision. I just think Nasrat's better. He's gonna have more volume. He's a thick body. He's not gonna get. I don't think he's gonna have trouble getting taken down or anything by Jared Gordon, which is probably Jared Gordon's best path to victory. I like Nasrat to win. Excuse me, Kelvin Gastelum. Funny joke. I mean, just all the physical advantages are on Nasrat's side. It's just I think it's a tough fight for Gordon, and I think the volume is going to be in Nasrat. I think Gordon usually thrives in close fights, but with the advantages all on Nasrat's side, I love Nasrat in this spot. Next fight up the card, Johnny Walker versus Volkan Ozdemir. Let me look at the odds in this fight, because this was interesting. Okay. Because my friend of mine told me he got Johnny Walker, like, that line crashing in. But yeah, I'm going to say that. I got Johnny Walker to win a decision. Why not a finish? I don't know. The reason why is because I feel like both these guys, they know they can kill each other, but they're going to stand in distance and try and like poke and win a point fight. That's like the main thing. Especially like I feel like Johnny Walker as of late's kind of been that way. Maybe not so much in the Magomed Ankalaev fight, but like Anthony Smith, not Paul Craig. That's a weird thing. Okay, maybe I'm wrong with my point, but like I just get that feeling from Johnny Walker in this fight. Maybe that is true for Volkan besides the Bogdan Guskov fight. Krylov decision. That he may hear Krylov, to be fair. Krylov heard him. Paul Craig, yeah. I mean, I think stylistically that makes me think like Volkan's gonna fight this way. Johnny Walker's not gonna try and overexert himself and get knocked out. Johnny Walker just had a kid. He wants to save that chin, maybe. But I like Johnny Walker's size mainly in this fight. I think that's the biggest reason why I like him here. And I think it's Volkan does struggle with guys like way bigger than him, like Johnny Walker is. And I think I'm gonna have like a little bit of a bet on Johnny Walker to win this fight. I like him to win. I'm not gonna bet like in the distance or maybe a small over if depending on the odds. What are the odds on that? Out of curiosity. 1.5 minus 160. Ooh, you're tempting me. I probably won't be tempted. I probably won't get it. Yeah, I like Johnny Walker to win this fight. I think the length is gonna be a massive deal. This fight. The odds on this fight are freaking disgusting. Do not play Sharo Magomedov. He's not that good. I think he does get around 1 KO because I think Tricoli is awful. But if Tricoli gets this fight to the ground, he can 100% sub this dude easily. I'm very like this is dangerous. I'm not confident in this guy at all. In Chara, he should win. He should probably finish this dude. I don't rate Tricoli. Tricoli's a massive freaking body. He's got a good double leg. At these odds, it's not worth betting Shara unless they come in like way more. But yeah, I do think Magomedov is just a whole nother level in the feet, and it's gonna be tough for Tricoli to get it to the ground. Don't bet this fight. If I'm gonna bet it, I might bet on Tricoli. I'll say that. So, but I'm probably not gonna bet it. Next, I have the card: Kelvin Gastelum versus Daniel Rodriguez. This fight's at 185. Bananas. I like Gastelum to win a decision, but like. The stuff it makes me worried. It makes me worried. I'm not gonna lie. I do think D-Rod's kind of been showing signs of he does look pretty old. Not like Gaslam's been looking so great. I'm not gonna put too much on the Sean Brady loss. I think Sean Brady's pretty good. Chris Curtis win was pretty good. Cannonier fight was close. Whittaker fight was. I mean, it's Robert Whittaker, can't get too mad. Ian Heinisch. But yeah. To be fair to D-Rod, these losses are not bad, especially that Gary one. Gary is really, really good. Neil Magny, I'm trying to remember. Because I remember thinking D-Rod might have been winning that fight. But it's either he's winning that fight or it was 1-1 going into the third. Then he just gets subbed. It's like, what the hell happened there? I'm not been super impressed by like Daniel Rodriguez as of late. Lee J Lane, people think he lost the fight. Oh, that's my weird opinion about D-Rod, because I thought D-Rod actually did win that fight. I did actually think that. Kevin Lee, I'm sure he came in on short notice, to be fair, but I think Kelvin Gastelum is better. Is maybe better than these guys, at least these two guys. But yeah, the weight thing does worry me that he had to go to 185. He had trouble with the weight. It does worry me. I do think Kelvin Gastelum's the better fighter, and that's ultimately why I'm going Kelvin Gastelum to win. But yeah, at this point, like maybe earlier on in the week when this fight was closer. Was it closer? I might just talking out my butt right now. UFC betting odds tracker. I think they were closer, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they came in, and it would make more sense if they came in. Yeah, they've become better now. Maybe it makes more of a sense to like bet Gastelum, like as the odds get closer and closer, because I do think Gastelum's a better fighter, but we'll see. A lot of this card, I'm like I don't really like this fight for betting. Pavlovich Volkov. I'm gonna be weird. I'm gonna pick Volkov to win by around 1 KO. I think it towards the end of the round. But I do think I'm not confident about around 1 KO at all. By the way, I do think it's probably better if Volkov takes it further on in the fight. Maybe implement some grappling on Pavlovich. Although I know Pavlovich does have to go grappling himself. He's got pretty all right wrestling. He's not necessarily like a horrible wrestler. Man, that length reach difference of Volkov that I think is just vital. I mean, I say length reach distance, but like, I'm talking about really the height's going to be the big difference. The reach is always going to be Pavlovich. He's got some of the longest reach in the UFC. This is not one I can really like. I feel like I can explain well. Maybe I just don't have good logic for it. They've trained together before. I think Volkov's gonna know a better than like some other random dudes coming in fighting Pavlovich for the first time about that distance management that you need to have against Pavlovich. I think the kicks might be there as long as you're sparse and smart about them and not just throw them when Pavlovich is throwing. I think that could be a problematic. But I don't even know what else I want to say. Like this is a gut feeling. I'm not super confident in Volkov. If I put a bet on Volkov, it's going to be like a super small one. I think it's Volkov's time. So like, it's time to go and get this done. I want my Aspinall rematch. This is the only fight. Aspinall is the only guy that's Volkov's ever been smoked by. Like every other fight he's been in close, like losses wise, I'm talking about. It's been closer, or like it's been close basically. He's never been run over by anyone except for Aspinall. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna stick with Volkov, but I'm not super confident in that. But now we get to a fight. I think, I'm not super confident, but I like Robert Whittaker to win with finish round 4. I think I do think Ikram's not bad at all, but going from Andre Muniz then to freaking this guy, Antonio Tricoli, on short notice, then to Robert Whittaker on short notice for 5 rounds is such a tough ask for anyone. Not just specifically Ikram. If this is like the case for like any freaking guy, Kyle Bahalio. Let's say Kyle Bahalio. I like Kyle Bahalio a lot. I think he's really good. I think that's a tough ask. Roman Dolidze, Michel Pereira, Nasruddin Imavov, Jared Cannonier, Marvin Vittori. I think it's a tough ask for all those guys on short notice to come in and beat Robert Whittaker, who was training to go ahead and fight Khamzat Chimaev, who's obviously, we know the style Khamzat's coming in. He's going to try and come in and be like a beast. Not necessarily need to wrestle. I was going to pick Chimaev to win this fight because I thought he was going to chin Robert Whittaker on the feet. I really did. I was just picking for the wrestling and stuff like that. So I thought if he wrestled, it's going to be bad news for Chimaev. But yeah, I think it's a tough ask. You have to prepare for Whittaker, I think, and I think you're going to have trouble taking him down if you don't prepare for him. I think on the feet it's going to be a tough ask. I know a lot of people are picking Ikram because Whittaker darts in that left hook of Ikram is going to be there. I don't know. I think Robert Whittaker is prepared for like a matchup like this, and I think he's going to be ready to win. I think I'm going to put a little bit of money on him. I already have a little bit of money on him, but not super duper confidence main event. But I think at these odds is kind of, I'm surprised I'm getting Whittaker at this price. So yeah. Those are the picks. Let me just look at the picks again. My picks. Okay, it's not there. Maybe if we refresh, there we go. Beautiful. So yeah, I like Long Zhao to win. I like Magomed to win. I like Gafarov to win. I like Renat to win. I like Lima to win. I like Hakparas to win. I like Johnny Walker to win. I like Shara Magomedov to win. I like Gaslam to win. I like Volkov to win. I like Whittaker to win. So yeah. Maybe I'll just go ahead and look at the bets on this card. Maybe like some bets I'd suggest. I think Long Zhao money line is a good bet at this point. Probably stay away from this fight. Maybe like Ribeiro money line is pretty good. Maybe an over. Actually, let me look at the over on that fight. I think it's a sneaky over. 1.5 plus 1. Ugh, I would only want over 1. What's over 1? Plus 120? That might be worth like a tiny bet. I might put a tiny bet on that. It's very likely it ends round 1, but that at least is plus money. So yeah. Because I can see Magomed try and just wrestle. And win like that with and like extend the fight so he gets an easier way to win. I think maybe Gasparov money line, but the line is kind of gone now. So if you like Kyung Ho Kang, I think that's not a bad bet at all. Kyung Ho Kang, I can't speak. Maybe Gasparov by split plus 700 because this has a chance to be pretty close because Kyung Ho Kang is pretty much never out of a fight. He's pretty good. So yeah. Renat, what's the bet on draw on this fight? What's the bet on draw? How much you get? Plus 8,000. If I put 1, I get 80. Okay. I'm probably not gonna bet it, but I was just curious because it's possible. I mean, probably not, because I think Renat's probably had a learning experience. Renat by decision probably is how he's gonna win. I don't think he's gonna finish Dalby. Dalby's never been finished, at least in the UFC. Yeah, Renat to win. Betting wise to this one, I think Felipe Lima money line. Where is that line at right now on Bovada? Mine is Pick'em. I got him at evens, like plus 100, and I'm happy with that bet. But yeah, I do think Lima does win this fight. I think he's better. I think he's just a better fighter. I like Hakparas to win. The odds have gotten closer. I'm happy about that. Yeah, I like Nasrat to win. I'm pretty confident in that fight. That's probably guys. It's gonna be my biggest bet of the week. That's gonna be my biggest bet. Nasrat. I like Johnny Walker to win. I do think he's a good side to win. I know people really worry about Johnny Walker's chin. I don't think Vulcan's that crazy good. Sorry, but not that he's bad. He's not bad, but I think the size advantage of Johnny Walker is going to be a big problem. I think he's going to probably win a disgusting decision. It's going to be maybe a little bit of a boring fight. I think Shiro does catch Tricoli round 1, but Tricoli sub. If you go with Tricoli to win round 1 or like early on in that fight, I can't be mad at betting that. That's big dog odds. It probably shouldn't be as big dog odds as it is. The Gaslam odds are coming in close. I think Gaslam's gonna win, but nasty. Yeah, I like Volkov to win, but I'm not super duper confident. Yeah, I think Volkov does win though. I like the length and size. I guess Volkov money line's a good one. A lot of people are talking about that over 1.5. I don't know. It's just, I feel like you're better off maybe playing will the fight not go a distance. That's a disgusting number, minus 400. I feel like that's a better thing to play, personally, than the over 1.5 is what I'm saying. Even at those like sucky odds. Yeah. Robert Whittaker versus Ikram. I think Robert Whittaker does win. I like his money line, even at where it's at now. But earlier on the week, it was like way better. It was like minus 130. Yeah, maybe Robert Whittaker to win in round 2 to start. That's like minus 115 on Bovada. I think that's a fantastic go bet. Why bet minus 155? I don't think Whittaker's gonna chin this dude randomly round 1. I think that's a good bet. So yeah, that's my breakdown for this card. UFC Fight Night Saudi Arabia. We're in Saudi Arabia this time. Robert Whittaker versus Ikram Aliskerov. Make sure to check out my betmma.tips, of course. I can just pull it up again, showing the charts. Just for the fun of it, to end the video. We've been doing well. We're up 30.60 units in total, and only started doing this in Well, Hebos versus Nami Yunus, which I keep forgetting when that was. March, the end of March, and now we're at June. We're up 30 units. We're doing quite good. We're on the longest winning streak of, since I've been doing this, so 4-day winning streak. So let's hope that keeps going on, and yeah, hopefully this goes a little bit higher. I don't have as nearly as big bets this week. I don't have my Josephine Knudsen this week. That's where I'm probably gonna have a big bet next week for 303. Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have a big bet on that card. Very excited. Maybe a few. We'll see. But yeah, you can check out me on betmma.tips at Champ Bets, or you can check out my website at champbetsmma.com, which is linked on the website. On betmma.tips, excuse me. So yeah, can keep track of my progress and see how I'm doing. And yeah, going very well. Hope we keep going well. I have some bets on PFL. I might as well just tell you what my bets on PFL are. I have a parlay with Anthony Romero and Godzi, and I have money on Sadabusi tonight. He got a new replacement opponent. Maybe it's a good thing I did this freaking last minute. Against Andrew Sanchez, I think Sadabusi wins, and I like Clay Collard to win as well. So yeah, those are some of the bets I have, and they are indeed tracked on here, which I'll show you. Right here. There. So yeah, I might even give you a sneak peek by accident, but yeah, of like a feature that I have, but it's okay. Yeah, I like those guys to win tonight. The Sadabusi thing is not able to be tracked on this because the fight just literally got canceled like not too long ago. So yeah, I bet MMA.tips didn't like change that immediately. So it is what it is. So yeah, great stuff. Very excited for this card. Can't wait for next week for 303, and yeah, can't wait for tomorrow for the fights to be held. So yeah, let's go. See you guys next time.